So don't just look at my nails. Oh my god. So I've got matte nails done. This, look at this side. This is how it's supposed to, this nails are supposed to look like this. But I ate dal today and yesterday, and I'm trying to remove it with an acetone free remover. But because I got them matte, I think they're not coming off. Usually for glossy, they do come off, and look at my, it looks like I have yellow nails. But hello, hi you guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you know my channel, I'm Akanksha. So in this video, you must have read the title already. We are going to talk about a few makeup basics or makeup mistakes people often do. I kind of noted these points down looking at my friends and family. Like whenever they do makeup, I look at them and then they do these mistakes or they could avoid these things to get a better like makeup look. And I'm like, how do they not know this? This kind of like basic makeup has been around so many people have taught these basics also, but then I'm like, not everybody does makeup as much as I do, so it might not be a basic or a common point to know. So I thought I'll touch base on such kind of mistakes which can get you a most like really nice beautiful look, but you just probably are unaware, or you're probably lazy, or I don't know why you don't do it. But yeah, let's get into the video and talk about a few points. I have 5 to 6 points I want to touch on, so let's get started. Yeah. Okay. Now the first point, or like basically before I get into the points and you look at the points and like Akanksha, like these are too basic, like come on, everybody knows them at this point. But trust me, like there are few people who don't know, and this is the video for them. If you know these already, then you're a pro as well. So do like spare with me. I don't know what else to say. So the first point is less is more, you guys. Now, when I say less is more, I'm not talking in terms of full glam, extreme glam. That is again comes to a personal preference, a personal choice. So you don't have, you can do whatever you want. But when I say less is more, I mean in terms of product. Now I know people try to achieve this full coverage, or they want to cover all the pigmentation, the acne scars, etc., etc. But they'll be just using sheer to medium coverage foundation or a skin tint and shit like that, and then they apply so many layers of it to cover that exact, like if there's a spot they really want to cover, they add so many layers of it that at the end, like the purpose of a skin tint is for you to get like a natural skin look while kind of blurring out the skin pigmentation. Like it does not erase it. That's the whole point of a skin tint or a sheer coverage foundation. But if you want something which is completely like full glam, you want that extremely glam look, or you have a lot of pigmentation you want to cover, there's certain blemishes you want to cover, I have a video right here, you can definitely check it out of how to get like cover. I had bad acne phase and I did that, so I have a video on that. But other than that, if you do want like a full glam face where everything looks really nice and flawless, then definitely go for a medium to full coverage foundation where you use little bit of product but get more coverage. So I hope you get my point. Like using a lot of product, even if it's a skin tint, might give you a heavy cakey look. Layering products on and on and on and on, it just does not give you a beautiful look. It just gets too clumpy, too cakey. So less is more in this way, that if you want something full coverage, then take a full coverage, add a little bit of product and get it covered, rather than using a sheer one, adding 100 layers and it's still not being covered. So that is my first point. Okay, next one, and this is I think the most like disappointing factor for me when I see people do this. Even now, after like makeup has become such a huge thing, and like people do use it on an everyday, but I know a lot of people who do, like they do makeup every single day, they're completely into makeup, but they still don't wet their sponges. Guys, like I don't know what else to say to you. Like if you use your sponge dry, then it's just not going to give you the finish it's supposed to give. Always damp your sponge. When I mean by damp, take your sponge, run it under water, let it completely get soaked. Some sponges increase in size as well. Once it's done, like squeeze out all the water. If you have a cloth, then just like wrap the sponge in that cloth so that excess water is gone, only the damp soft sponge is there. Whenever you damp your sponge, they also get very soft, they also get very tender, easy to use. But versus a dry sponge, it just like sponges, let's talk general science, they are there to soak up things like any, not just makeup sponge, washcloth, wash sponge, or whatever it is, but the minute you put water, it kind of soaks everything in, right? So like here all the soaking is done by water. Now when you go in with foundation, it does not absorb a lot of it, versus when you put a foundation on dry sponge, it tends to absorb a lot of product, also does not give a good blend to your skin, especially if you do not hydrate your skin. It's going to make it more dry, more dehydrated, the product is not going to move around properly. So always use a wet sponge. Never ever go for a dry sponge. If you're lazy like me, and I these days, one of the main reasons I switched into brushes is also because I was like, whenever I sit down, I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to wet my sponge. That's the reason I shifted to brushes, because brushes is something you can use dry as well. Keep it on your vanity, they're ready to use, just pick it up. Ta-da-da, you're done. One of my most favorite foundation brushes, Lufa Beauty RB23. Really nice. So if you're lazy enough to like wet this, then definitely go for a brush. But if you're going to use a sponge, then definitely wet it and use it. Do not use it dry. The next one and the third one is, don't make your brows look like Charlie Chaplin. Like, I don't know what example to give. Don't make them look like caterpillars. They're supposed to look like a feather, you guys. I know it comes with practice. I know you eventually might get there, but this is a mistake a lot of people do, especially in picking the shade. The easiest way I would give you for you to like pick a brow shade is whatever your hair color is. Like, sometimes you must have been like an extreme black, hair girl, but then later you've like dyed your hair, colored your hair, and now you're into brown. So it's really important for you to shift your brow color as well, because now a black pencil or a dark gray pencil would be too dark for your brown hair. So always pick and choose your brow color like a shade lighter than your original hair color. This way it just like won't dominate your entire face. Brow is supposed to structure, like, shape your face. It's not supposed to make you look like, I don't know what else. It's just like, I don't know what else to put. You sometimes when you have OCD about something, it just irritates you so much, right? When you see it like that, like it's just block brows and you don't want it. That's how I feel like that. Try to, like, let's say let me take my elf one is there. It's more rounded, more thick. So like for this one, what people generally do is they just go ahead and like, draw like this and fill their brows like this just like makes it too clumpy, too fat. Just go in and add tiny strokes. Do you see that difference? So one stroke at a time is just like you're building your own brow without it looking too lumpy. So the next one and the fourth one is skin prep. This is like the most basic thing when it comes to makeup, you guys. Like, if you want your makeup to be right, you have to get your skin prep right. Know your skin type, know what works for you. If you are an oily skin type, then probably just go in with like a gel primer or a set like primer water. If you're oily, if you're from dry skin, then probably like a facial oil or an illuminating primer or something very much hydrating for dry skin. Because makeup is made like, usually the most of the makeup in the market, especially if it comes to oily skin, normal skin, the product is made to last for like 8 hours, 10 hours. You're supposed to powder your face because you don't want it to get oily. So all these things kind of dry down your skin, okay, and like they kind of have these mattifying formulas, vagera, and imagine you putting that on an extremely bare, normal, dry skin. It's just going to cling on to it. It's not going to blend properly, and over the time, like 1 hour, 2 hours later, I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me. If I do not prep my skin correctly, like 1 hour into makeup, my skin starts feeling so dry, especially because I've used like a lot of powder, etc. So make sure you prep your skin right. Like, I'll put a clip of here. Like, I don't start doing makeup unless my skin looks like that, where it's ready, nice and juicy, that when I put foundation on my skin, it is ready to properly mingle and blend it into, rather than if it's too dry, I put it in one place and it's just not going to blend enough. It's going to cling onto my dry skin or my acne or my hair, and I do not want that. So choose your skin type, illuminating oil or like a facial oil. If you're oily skin, then go with primer water, gel primer. Hydration is the key before applying any makeup, so make sure you do that. Okay, the next one, and this one probably, like, I don't want to sound mean, or like it's not mean. I think it's just like some things you have like these pet peeves, right? And this is like one of my huge pet peeve is dry lips. Oh my god, you guys. See, having matte lip versus dry lip is very different. I'll put pictures here on the screen about how a matte lip can look versus how a dry lip will look. So, before starting your makeup, like if you have extremely dry lips, please apply a lip mask, a lip balm, a lip oil, whatever it is. Having dry lips on a beautifully done makeup base is literally like, um what do you say, you like, I want to give like a nice example. Give me a minute. It's like you eating momos without mayo, or like having pav bhaji without pav. I don't know. I have this point in this list because, like, even if you don't know anything for your face, no foundation, no concealer, nothing, but just a mascara and lipstick can make a huge difference in your everyday routine. And but if you have like dry, flaky lips, and on top of it, if you're using like a matte liquid lipstick or a matte lip, it just is not like a good thing to look at. Your lips are also asking and dying for help. They need that nourishment. They need like care. But if you apply especially liquid lipstick or a drying formula on already dry lips, your lips are just screaming for help. So, like, for me at this point, my lips are kind of dry as well because of the season change, etc. So what I did before applying makeup is I applied like a nice thick layer of lip balm until I completed my entire base. So it takes me half an hour, and then once I'm done with my base, I wiped off the lip balm. Then I applied like a bullet. So this is the reason I prefer bullet lipstick a lot as well. So today I've applied the plum lipsticks. See, they are like matte formula, but they're comfortable on the lips. They don't dry your lips down. And on top of that, I added gloss to make it like more nice and juicy. Now I know glossy lip is not like a preference for everybody, so you do you, but don't like apply a cracking liquid lipstick. They're good liquid lipstick, they're bad liquid lipsticks in a matte formula as well. So pick and choose and hydrate that lips. One of a really nice lip mask I would suggest is the Earth Rhythm lip mask. I really like this one. If you have extremely dry lips, then just put this on your lips every night, or like right before your makeup. It'll be nice. I really like the Organic Harvest Shea Butter lip balm as well. I like then the next one, and I think this step is the most underrated step among like the entire makeup routine, which is setting spray, you guys. I cannot begin to emphasize how important a setting spray is if you want your makeup to, first of all, look flawless and mainly last a really long time. You might feel like it's not doing much, but if you want to know, like, get a nice get a nice setting spray, apply it on one side, then apply nothing on this side, and you will see the difference so evidently, especially for somebody who sweats a lot, or touches something, like, everything. Like, there's so many things a setting spray can prevent and makes your makeup last for so long. If you're like, my makeup still lasts a really long time, setting spray just, I feel, melts all the makeup together. It's like kind of the last step for a reason. The powders you have applied, the creams you've applied, like everything just melts into the skin and becomes like this beautiful concussion. And I think I cannot really, like, I feel so incomplete without doing a setting spray. I feel like my makeup is so cakey without doing a setting spray. So yeah, setting spray, very important. Few affordable ones I really like is the NYX one, the Wet n Wild one, the ELF one, and when it comes to high end, I really like the Too Faced one, the MAC Prep Plus Prime. Too Faced for mattifying, Urban Decay for mattifying. Matlab, they make like completely last for a long time. MAC Prep and Prime for like normal skin, because it kind of gives you a little dewy effect as well. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Those were the 5-6 points I wanted to touch on. Let me know what points you knew, what you didn't do, what you do. Is there like any mistakes you've commented? I mean, if you watch me, like if you follow my videos, then I think I taught you enough so that you kind of know these points already. But if you didn't, then welcome to my channel. We learn a lot here. I hope at least I teach you good stuff. And yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope it was useful. And So this video shout out goes to Monica Kondapalli. Thank you, Monica, for always loving and supporting. It absolutely means the world to me. You have no idea. If you want to be part of next video shout out, then all you have to do is comment below and use the hashtag AKS, and you can be a part. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Meanwhile, like, share, and subscribe if you like what I do here. I will see you in my next video. Bye.